Good morning, everyone. It's Thursday morning. I'm down here in, somewhere here in Georgia. Loading up a load of, weed blocker, I believe it's called. I don't know if it's that bright on the camera or not. I'll have to check later to see if that works or not. So just wanting to go over what I did last weekend and check out, try to make some plans what I'm doing for this weekend coming up. Last weekend we diagnosed that the motor was probably bad in the 73 Blazer, aka Lucille, my wife's Blazer. We're working on getting that planned out as a good budget build, but everything. The goal is here to try to do everything right, but at the same time get it done, because to do everything right means now that the motor's out, pull the front clip off, clean everything down, degrease it, and next thing you know, it's a frame off $50,000 rebuild. That's not what we have plans for this Blazer. Goals are take it fishing, take it four-wheeling. I mean, not no tree bashing or anything, but take it four-wheeling, drive it. If it gets scratched. But at the same time, take care of it. It's pride and joy. It's a 1973 Blazer. Not many of them exist anymore. So we're trying to restore it. The body work, I'll show you on it what we plan on doing. We only cutting out the exact rust that needs to be replaced. We're not replacing any full panels, no fenders, no doors, no nothing. It's going to be on a budget, but yet at the right way. We're not going to cake it full of Bondo and use cardboard to form stuff, which, sorry to say, I've done before. But that was on my own personal car, just to get it by, to make it look better for, while I was driving it for a short time. So we are going to plan in welding in sheet metal. I'm not a welder. You guys will see. I'm a grinder. So there'll be a lot of welding and there'll be a lot of grinding to cover it up. So that's just to be honest, that's what I do. I'm not a welder, but I want to get it done. I want to get it done right. So we're gonna practice and we're gonna get it done. And we plan on painting from the body line down with factory paint, and from the body line up, we're gonna sand off the dead paint, and then we're gonna re-clear over it, even if the paint's a little bit thin. We got some seats we're gonna cover for it, and that shaking is the forklift on the back of my truck. Really can't see it, but he's back there loading my flatbed, and I'll post a picture on Instagram what it looks like. So I have to buy a timing chain. I'm buying a double roller timing chain because I pulled off the gear to gear that was on there. I have gear to gear on my Blazer, and really didn't want this on this Blazer. It's kind of going to be a more stock build. It's a motor that I've had sitting around, so we're going to go ahead and trying to decide if I'm going to pop the caps off and put some more oil down there, or if I'm just going to use a drill attached primer thing on the to prime it. I might even do that with the engine out of the Blazer and just try to get some oil soaking through that motor. 0 miles, hasn't even been fired on the complete rebuild. But as last video I showed the bottom end with the oil pan off. But it's got a beautiful finned oil pan, beautiful aluminum timing chain cover, so all that is going to be polished probably this weekend. I think I'm going to put the timing chain on it so I can put the cover back on, then put the oil pan back on, because they kind of meet together. A little meet together. You know what I'm talking about. You put the timing chain cover on first, and then the oil pan has to on there. So, it's got to hook together, kind of. If you do the oil pan first and then try to put the timing chain cover in, really don't work. Not that good anyway. So I'm going to put the timing chain in it. I plan on sealing it all back up, the timing chain cover, putting the oil pan back on, polishing that up. We're really going to reuse the clutch in the flywheel without resurfacing it, just because it does have very little miles on it. I know everybody's probably saying, if it's a part, replace it. But then it goes into, all right, well then I got to replace this and replace that. Next thing you know, it's down for 2 or 3 years, and then it's too much of a headache to put back together. So the goal is to have this down for no more than a month, and this will be the first weekend. I plan on pulling the inner fenders out because they're in pretty rough shape. That's going to help us get the interior paint. I want underneath the hood to be the start of the restoration. I see so many vehicles, $10,000-$15,000 paint jobs, and the hood's closed. I want the first thing to show is under the hood. Pop the hood first. That guy's having a good time back there with that forklift. He's shaking me all over the place. But I want under the hood to look the best, and it's a budget build. We don't have paint booth. I have 2-car garage. Well, it's pretty much car and a half garage now. But most of this is going to be done in the driveway. I want to show examples of how we can do this, and to make it look good. I mean, it's not going to be a $100,000 show vehicle when it's done, but it will have nice, shiny, clean paint. We will take pride in it at the car wash and wash it and wax it and polish it and make it look good. But we bought it for $800. I pretty much I'd have to figure it down to what I got in the motor. We probably have $1,000 in the motor, which is a little more than should be, but it is what it is. Maybe $1,500, but we're just going to call it $1,000 because I have tires and wheels to sell off the other project. The motor came out of a project car, but it has a lot. I'm going to call it $1,500 that we got in that motor. And by the time we put a windshield in, we'll have about $2,500. I'm hoping to have $3,500 to $4,000. That's right, because we bought the seats and everything. My goal is to not have over $4,000 into this Blazer when it's all said and done, and to look nice, to look clean, to look sharp. I think that it could be done. $4,000, nice, clean interior, and then go from there. If we drive it for the summer and realize that because it'll be parked in the winter, so we can choose our battles. Next winter we want to do next winter we'll do the clutch. I might pull the transmission and pressure wash everything and paint from the frame rails back of the transmission. But what we're going to do is, while it's apart, we're going to do the inside and outside of the frame rails of under the hood, under the hood, like that. And then we're going to do the outside of the frame rails all the way back. And trying to figure out if I'm going to use like a farm implement paint. Rust-Oleum makes a farm implement paint. Or I might try a 2K Rust-Oleum paint. I'm going to try and see which one I want to do most. It's probably going to be the Rust-Oleum farm implement paint, because you really won't see the frame that much. So to brush it on is probably going to be okay. Or I might put it in a gun and squirt it on there. I don't know. So, well, I'm going to get the first part of my shipment strapped off here. I just wanted to make a post. It's Thursday. I want to try to start doing them Monday or Tuesday and then Thursday. But this one's a combination of last weekend and this weekend. So I'll be home Friday night. Probably going to have to leave out Sunday night this week because I got 3 drops on this shipment I got to deliver in Massachusetts and Maine. So probably going to be a short work weekend. It's supposed to snow a lot and be cold, so that leaves it down to what we could be done in the garage, which is still a lot of stuff. So that's it. Trying to think of a good catchphrase, but for now we'll just say bye.